Hello everyone, I am Tom. It's been a year since this coronavirus disruption started, and I've been taking this time to eat beef jerky and talk to you on the internet. I'm not an expert or a food critic, I just like beef jerky. But this vlog has been good fun, and it's letting me explore some fun ideas with you, especially regarding game design. So I'm going to keep doing it for now. Today is the 11th of March, 2021. We are well into the new year, the 2021, after the disastrous year of 2020. And it feels fresh and it feels new, not the least of which because we're starting to get a little signs of spring here in Ohio. And I couldn't be more excited about that. In fact, there was a very nice day just a couple days ago where the beautiful skies and no wind, and I could go out and fly some model airplanes, and it was a blast. But also, it's great because things are rolling in terms of the coronavirus. I actually got a shot. I actually got a shot a week ago, right here in town, and that was very exciting. And everybody else is getting a shot now or sooner or later or whatever. My three sisters and their families seem to have gotten their shots in Houston. A lot of people are talking about how their old parents, have gotten shots by now. So it's happening. I mean, we're not out of the woods, and there's still a lot of questions. Everything has moved so fast that the science has raced and is still not anywhere near caught up. So, interestingly enough, when all of these vaccines did their testing, their preliminary testing, because remember, every vaccine that's on the market in America got there because of an emergency use exemption. Normally it takes a lot longer and a lot more people have to be tested. But, they got testing, they did it, it seems to be working. At any rate, the three things that could theoretically have tested for to get the vaccine to be approved is number one, to cut down on the hospital visits, the so-called symptomatic infection. The second one would be the asymptomatic infection of getting it, but doesn't protect you from getting it at all. And then the third is the transmissibility. Does the vaccine inhibit the disease going from one person to another? Well, all these pharmaceutical companies realized that the only thing they could reasonably test for in a very small amount of time was that first one, the symptomatic transmissibility. In other words, how many people went to the hospital and how many people died. And so all these vaccines are tested on that metric and that metric only, which means that the drug companies did not find a way to get any of the other data, which is why all the doctors were kind of like, well, we still don't know how it affects transmissibility. It's because for the longest time, even though they were trying to rush these things out, they weren't bothering to ask about transmissibility. They weren't bothering to try to figure that out, because that was the hard part. The easy part was, does this drug save people from dying or going to the hospital? So now some early preliminary studies are showing that there's reduced transmission with these coronavirus vaccines, and that's very happy and exciting. But we still have a long way to go. Some people have described it as a race between everybody getting vaccinated so that the disease can be shut down versus the disease creating new variants that might be less affected by the vaccine and thus problematic. But it's not. I'm not here to be a naysayer or a doomsayer or anything like that. Quite the reverse. I'm so happy I got my shot, and I'm looking forward to doing fun things this summer. I think everybody is, and I believe that we are seeing absolutely the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm very excited. So I think this is episode 61, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, well, it's not really technically. Last time we did a very special episode. Right after Valentine's Day, my wife gave me a variety pack of beef strips okay, I'll do it one more time. From Man Crate. Oh wait, I had to do the other hand. Man crate! Okay, let's retire that. That was fun, but let's retire that. So I did a lightning round of doing a little episode just to eat the jerky every single day for 10 days. That was fun, but that's done. It was good. You can go back and watch it. It's a very short episode, so it's easy to watch. But let's do the typical thing we have done in these jerky videos, which includes talking about some crazy game idea or some crazy design idea. And what I would like to talk about today is music games. One of the reasons I'm saying this is because when I talked with my good friend George Sanger, which for those in the know is a huge name drop. I know I'm horrible. About an idea for music games. Specifically, the deal is that lots of people have tons of fun playing games. Also, and separately, but not disconnectedly, lots of people have tons of fun making music. So, from the beginning of video games, people have thought about how to put those things together. What does it mean to put those things together? And, what does it mean to make a music game? What is fun about music that can translate into video games? And there have been a lot of answers over the years. Some notable ones include there was this LucasArts game I think called Myth. Help me if I'm wrong, but of course, much more recently, and by me recently in the last decade or two, we're talking about Rock Band and Guitar Hero, very much game music hybrids. But I mean, those are the big ones, and there's a lot of others. And most of it entails, well, Rock Band and Guitar Hero were very much about pretending to be rock and roll stars, which was tremendous fun. But there are lots of other musical games that purport to focus more on the theory of music and try to teach you something about music, try to teach you something about the relationships between notes and scales and whatever. So there are all kinds, and of course, let's not forget a basic tenet of fun, which is that you don't need a game to have fun. In fact, games are kind of almost a subset of fun. There are so many people in this world who have fun without ever playing a game, and that's because they create. Creativity is fun. Making music is fun. Building a house can be fun. Choreographing a new dance is something that some people can't stop doing because it's so fun for them. Art, by its definition, at its best, is always fun. It's a blast. So loads of people, and even people go to work and they, hey, I'm an architect. I'm going to build a bridge. That's fun for me. Fun is where you find it, and musicians are kind of an easy group because it's easy to talk to them and have them say, yes, I have tons of fun when I'm playing my music, when I'm doodling with my guitar, when I'm up on stage in front of a crowd, I'm having so much fun. None of these are games. None of these are video games in the traditional sense, but people have fun. So the connection between game and music, video game and music, has always been a complex one, and because it's complex, it's a interesting space to mine things out of. Just how much of it is music and just how much of it is game. There are some games that feel like music, but they're actually technically more of a dance video game. I'm talking specifically about the VR game Beat Saber, which is one of the most popular VR games I think ever. And it's a blast if you've never played it, but which you mostly haven't because VR is still very niche. Not everyone has a pair of VR glasses in their living room. Yeah, music games. Always an interesting idea, always fun, and I've been talking again with my friend George about him. Yeah, try one today. Alright, so the main course, so to speak, for this channel is always the jerky. And I would like to show you that I've got a pack of Stryve Beef Biltong. So, Biltong, well, it's my understanding that it's just Southeast Asian jerky. But I don't know for sure. I bought this off the internet in a variety pack. So we've got 4 different beef biltongs to try on the channel. This is from Stryve, and this is the teriyaki flavor. I figured it was the safe flavor to start with, in case biltong means something that I didn't realize it meant. But it's my understanding it's just jerky that's traditionally made in Southeast Asia. So let's give it a try. Well, Mr. Package, are you going to open for me? Yeah, it's got a resealable thing on the lid. Here we go. Smells okay. Looks fine. Okay. This is the Stryve Beef Biltong. Okay, I can believe that this is not a Western jerky. The flavors are significantly different. Not bad. Is it teriyaki? Well, the other flavors skew it enough that make me think, oh, of course it's not teriyaki, but I guess it is from that point of view. It's not bad. It's not hot. The beef itself is a little dry and thin, with nothing wrong with that. It's not shoe leather, it's just dry and thin. Yeah, it's okay. It's got some weird spices, which is exactly what I would expect from, beef jerky from another part of the world. But not bad. Good. Okay. So, let's talk about the comments. I like comments, and you should comment on this video here in YouTube or on Facebook, either one. I read them all and I appreciate them all. Thank you, Dr. McCoy. So, the comments I have are kind of stacked up because, of course, I made those rapid-fire videos, and people commented on several of them. So let's start with Adam Para, who commented a couple times about the fact that some of the beef sticks I ate from Man Crate were hot. And anybody who watches this channel knows I'm not a particular fan of spicy. After the reasonably spicy one I ate, he said, OMG, you can see the red in your face with this one. Thank you for suffering for us. You get the O'Brien Award for suffering this year. I think it's, he's not talking about Willis O'Brien, the famous stop-motion animator. I think he's talking about Chief O'Brien, the big red-haired guy from Star Trek, which I'll accept. If I got it wrong, though, Adam, feel free to explain to me in the comments what you think the O'Brien Award is. He also, of course, after I ate the final beef strip, which was ghost pepper, and which knocked me on my can, it was so horrible and hot, and wow! Go back and see that if you enjoy torture porn. He wrote, wow, I'm sorry you did not enjoy eating the piece. Thanks for recording that. I don't know what it is about hot and spicy food that people like, but it really ruins the eating experience for me. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not a super big fan of hot, but if it's right, I'm okay with it. I'm not complete, but that ghost pepper, wow. Oh, that was, I'm still shaking. All right, and also, at the beginning of the lightning round, I talked about games with minimal interfaces, or games with, or how interfaces did not completely make the game because so much happened in the heads of the players. And Doug Reichart posted and said, NFL Challenge by XOR Software. If you're in the know on a software programmer type, you'll call it XOR. But XOR software is fine. Was just X's and O's, and still my favorite version of computer football games. It is still considered one of the best simulations, even though it's X's and O's on the screen. He says, you just called the plays and it ran the simulation. It is abandonware now and can be found and played. Apparently people create updated databases as well. NFL Challenge. So if you like that kind of thing, if you're really into football, and you think, as Doug does, that simple X's and O's on a black screen is enough to make you excited about the game of football, then by all means go seek it out. As Doug pointed out, it's abandonware now. You can just go get it and play it. And that's exciting. We'll probably do an episode on abandonware and the concept of abandonware, what that means, and how people have been dealing with abandonware. There's a lot to say about it, but I mean, here we are at the end of this episode, so let's leave it for the next episode. At any rate, Stryve's Beef Biltong, I would say, was meh. It's not leading me to feel like I can't wait to try the other biltongs in the variety pack, but we'll get through them. At any rate, thanks for watching, and I'm so glad that you joined me again today, and I'll make another video soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.